And I truly hope that this new executive will live up to those expectations. They will also advocate for improved campuses. I remember going to Florida College in the 90s. I know they say it's worse now, but I feel like it was worse then. When you have to go use the bathroom and actually just, I don't want to say it, but it can be very gross. So the expectation is that this new executive would actually fight for improved campus conditions. And also they will fight for opportunities that will shape the future of education in our country's Sierra Leone. We are seeing people with master's degree holders who cannot even write, let alone speak. In the age of social media, we are speaking social media language. Is that what education is about? So maybe our team here today will work towards improving education standards together with the faculties that exist in the different colleges of the university. Today we are setting a foundation for the future. Ladies and gentlemen, today, as I said, is more than an inauguration. It is a portal for the future. The future where student voices are not just heard, but shape policies. A future where National Union of Sierra Leone Students stands as a digital-first, globally connected, innovation-driven force. A future where we break barriers, starting right now with the historic election of Miss Fiona Gaima, the first ever female president of NUS. Gone are the days. Gone are the days in student union politics where we were told, you want me vote? One bar, one vote. I experienced that. It's no joke. So, student leadership is no longer just about campus debates and student strikes. It's about shaping national discourse, influencing educational reform, and ensuring that the students of today become the policymakers, just like we are standing in front of you as living proof of this country. We went to universities in this country, and here we are today, shaping policies in this country. We can become inventors and global game changers of tomorrow. I worked for the NUS Agency for International Development, which is now about to be defunct. I shared policy at the global level. You too can do it if you focus. So, fasten your seats. Sit down, sorry. Because we are about to launch a new era, an era of female student unionism, gender balance. So, today we'll move on with a statement. Our first statement comes from the representative of the Students' Union of Jala University College. We're inviting Mr. Joseph Jawa Jokai because this is about national representation, not just one institution. Mr. Jokai, please join us. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam Chairperson, Her Excellency and entourage, ladies and gentlemen. gentlemen, esteemed guests, fellow students, and members of the media, good morning. It is both an honor and a privilege to stand before you today on this momentous occasion, the inauguration of the National Student Union President of Australia. As the President of General University Student Union Government, I am here to represent not only my university, but also the collective voice of students across our great nation. Today marks a significant milestone in our journey as students, leaders, and future citizens of Sierra Leone. It is a day when we come together to celebrate our shared aspirations, our commitment to progress, and our unwavering spirit of unity. The leadership we inaugurate today is not just a position. It is a tremendous responsibility that comes with the duty to advocate for the rights and welfare of students across all institutions. To the newly elected President, Madam Fiona Gaima, I extend my heartfelt congratulations. You have been chosen not just for your vision, but for your ability to inspire and mobilize. Your leadership will be crucial as we face the challenges ahead, from ensuring quality education to fostering an environment where every student feels valued and heard. The road may not always be easy, but I urge you to lead with integrity, empathy, and resilience. Today, we gather not only to celebrate leadership, but to acknowledge a pivotal moment in the evolution of NUS. For too long, the leadership of this union has been predominantly drawn from universities in the capital, which is Freetown, leaving a significant gap for our provincial universities. This has led to a sense of marginalization among students outside the capital, and it is time for us to change that narrative. As the NUS Constitution clearly states, the president of all provincial universities are to serve as vice president of NUS. This provision is not just a formality. It embodies our shared responsibility to foster inclusivity and representation. It is imperative that we harness the structure to ensure that every voice, regardless of a location, is heard and valued. I urge the current leadership of NUS to prioritize collaboration with the presidents of provincial universities. We must work hand in hand to bridge the divide that has existed for far too long. Together, we can create mechanisms that promote participation, awareness, and engagement with NUS activities in our provincial universities. It is our duty to make NUS a familiar entity to all students, transforming it from a distant concept into a vibrant part of our academic lives. To my fellow students from the provincial universities, I encourage you to take an active role in NUS. Your engagement is vital to our collective success. Let us break down the barriers that have kept us apart and foster a united front, advocating for our rights and interests as one cohesive body. As we move forward, let us remember that the strength of our union lies in our diversity. By embracing the unique perspectives and experience from all corners of this nation, we can build a stronger and a more resilient NUS that truly represents every student in Sierra Leone. In conclusion, let us commit ourselves inclusive future.
Don't use that on a podium. If you go there, I'll drive you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam Chairperson. Her Excellency, the First Lady of Sierra Leone and Africa. Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Today is a dream executed rather than killed. I remember vying for IPAN presidency, and I approached a female student to run with me as vice president. She was so much afraid, but I convinced her to say, it is possible. You might be the first ever female NUS president. But alas, when the opportunity came, the fear of us electing women in positions ran over us, and I became the NUS president. Today, Madam Fiona and executive have a big responsibility. National Union of Sierra Leone Students is a pressure group, but very constructive one. We don't just run demonstrations. We first engage and collaborate, share views and ideas, and you see the support of government and every other person around you. I know His Excellency the President, retired Brigadier Dr. Julius Malabu, has empowered women together with the Mami herself. But that's not enough. What we need is more women coming forward for positions like Fiona has done. I am one person who does not believe in quota. I always say for as long as women are ready, they have the opportunity for any position, wherever, anytime. Congratulations, Madam President, to you and your team. As former NUS president and president of a union, I give myself up to this gathering and yourselves, that I am always open for conversations. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Chalo. Today, as he reminded us, is a dream executed rather than killed. Don't be content with the quota. I look at this table, I see more than 30% of women. Let's give Ms. Sometimes I go places and I look at the high table and there's only one woman sitting in the middle. And if we're lucky, that one woman is sitting there. It's usually the first lady sitting, backing up her husband. So thank you, Luz, for giving women an opportunity to sit here. More women than men. Now let me, I think I actually introduced her earlier. that I wanted to speak like her ever, but I can never get there. I think my accent has been a little bit affected over the years. Professor, and she's very particular about her name. What really am Not Morgan Hunter, Hunter Morgan. She is the Deputy Vice Chancellor of the Institute of Public Administration and Management. She's here to share her wisdom. Let's give her a warm welcome.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. Your Excellency, the First Lady, Madam Minister, and all members of the High Table, students. The chair has had the perfect setup, right? She set me up, and now everybody's wondering. I am particular about my name. Everybody knows that, because I'm Miriam, not Miriam, not Muriel, not Miriam, anything but. And I'm Content Morgan, not Morgan Content. Yeah. I'm really pleased to be here, and I'll tell you in a minute why I'm doubly pleased. But first of all, let me say, this is probably the first time that I'm speaking to a room full of students, and I'm not scared. You don't believe that, right? So student union members. Because as a campus leader, when your student government comes around and says, you have to be in control, otherwise you order. But this is a unique opportunity for me and a great pleasure to be here this morning. Mr. Jabba, you just said, you know, how female students in your day did not come forward. Well, you can imagine what it was like in my day. All we would do is go at Furley College. We would go down to the men's hostel. It was always there. And it was all the men speaking. And we will be part of blow, blow. You know, as they say, if you want something said, ask a man. If you want something done, you know who to ask. So even though I was never part of a student government, but I was involved in my own little way. I mean, for whatever, there has to be that crowd that, you know, that eggs people on. And my first year at Furley College, preliminary year, was the infamous 1977. Yes. I'm dating myself here, I know, but that's okay. And I remember my mother, I lost my father some years earlier. My mother was appalled that her ladylike girl was going to be part of this movement. And I remember the day we had to go to State House. And she said to me, "If they kill you, you body the roads." But then you were driven by something else. And I found myself swept up in that. But that was my only activism, if you want to call it that. But that was almost 50 years ago. So it should not be 50 years again for you to, as the chair said, to be in leadership. You can do it. You can start it right now. The CEO of a company, of Oracle, a software company, I like this quote. The most significant barrier to female leadership is the virtual lack of female leadership. In other words, there are not women coming forward for leadership positions. And when they are few in the room. I remember up to like 2 years ago, I would be in meetings, university meetings. And I remember once I had to make a presentation, and when I got up and I said, "Good morning, gentlemen," because there were no ladies, there was no other lady in the room. So obviously the vice chancellors and others were all kind of uncomfortable. And I said, "Oh, that's okay." I grew up the only girl with 5 brothers, so I think God knew what he was doing. He got me ready for this. Fiona, I am really very proud of you. And I must say, I stand here also as the first female Deputy Vice Chancellor. That is a point of pride maybe. But what really I feel proud about is that during my term, I also saw the first female president of the IPAC Student Union. She won, but then all the contestants, all the groups that were contesting that year, they each had a female in their leadership. That said something to me. And I remember asking them, and one of her supporters said, "Please, DPC, if we have a female DPC, it's time to have a female president." So that is very gratifying to know that once you have done once, and Fiona came along, and I'm sure this is the beginning of NUS female president leaders. As a female, you will hear a lot of things. You're not aggressive enough. You're not assertive enough. There is what is called the steel magnolia. Magnolia is a beautiful flower. It's a flowering tree. Nice, waxy. Actually, I have a picture of it because I grew it. If anyone knows me, you know I'm passionate about flowers. But steel is not something you would associate with a beautiful flower, right? So there is that beauty, but there's also a spine, a backbone, and that's what it takes. So, let me give you, I had a gentleman come to my office. He'd come a few times because IPAD needed to make some payments to me. So this day he came and he was not very happy. I was coming into my office and he was in the waiting area and I said hello and he gave me a look like, "I ain't messing with you today." So he was ushered in, we had a conversation, and at the end he was leaving. "Did you see, I'm not like you businessman." I'm like, okay. What's he can vex one so? We cannot talk to me, but you can get broke. That's what it takes. You don't need to be aggressive to show that you are a leader. Yeah. And women, sometimes we tend to think that that is what is expected of us. It's not. I have on my table something that reminds me of who I am. I did not know the quote, but it spoke to the way I view things. And it's a quote by Mahatma Gandhi. If you come into my office, you will see it. It says, "In a gentle way, you can shake the world." So you don't have to be aggressive to prove that I am the NUS president. You can get it done. There are various ways to do it. I think I need my glasses now. So, let me just wrap up up here because, when you look at the representation we have at the high table, Madam First Lady, you have been an inspiration to many a young woman. And old women too, not just young women. They say, when I grow up. So I don't think for us females, we need to look far to see that it can be done. We can make an impact. Yes, there's a quota now. We're happy. And we should push at the ramparts. I'm sorry, man, if you think we're beating up on you, but it's hard. And particularly also please that next week is going to be International Women's Day. I'll give it up for her. So, Madam President, this is really a good time to be inaugurated. Congratulations. You will encounter defeats. They'll try to put you down. And you might even meet sexual harassment along the way. You will encounter defeats, but don't get defeated. Congratulations, and God bless you.
Thank you, Professor Mary Montague. The most difficult deterrent to female leadership is the virtual lack of female leaders. I'm sure when my sister Syria, like Biden, wanted to be student leader in those days, recording statement of one power, one vote was there. And also, there are several firsts here. Sylvia was one of those first. The VC, the Deputy VC, Vice Chancellor, is the first. Standing here, I'm a first. Female Director General of the Sierra Leone Corporation and Service. Yeah? So we face a lot of challenges as women, but in a gentle way, we can surmount those challenges. Thank you. And now I would like to call on our final speaker for this section of statements, the financial controller of the Sierra Leone Ports Authority. Students, if you need budget advice, please go on. And now I would like to welcome Mr. Andrew Tanda Ulu to Please go on.
Thank you, Madam Moderator. I think we are privileged to have all the force in the house today. Are you excited about that? Yes. Let's give them a round of applause. Thank you very much. We are so proud of our first. High Excellency, the First Lady of the Republic of Sierra Leone, who doubles as President of all African First Ladies. First female Vice Chancellor, respected guitarists, student leaders, media houses, and cherished guests, good morning. Today, we gather in celebration of a historic milestone in our nation's journey towards equality and empowerment. The inauguration of the first female National Student Union President in the Republic of Sierra Leone. The inauguration of the first female President in the Republic of Sierra Leone is a movement not just a personal achievement, it is a powerful symbol of progress for all young people in Sierra Leone, of which this platform was laid by His Excellency, the Commander-in-Chief, President of the Republic of Sierra Leone, Brigadier Dr. Julius Maada Bio. As it is said by Nelson Mandela, education, the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. When we unite our youth in the pursuit of knowledge, we do not only empower individuals, but also ignite the collective potential of a nation, paving the way for progress and a brighter future for all. End of quote. Under the inspiring theme, Education for All, Uniting Youth for National Progress, we are reminded of the transformative power of education. It is the foundation upon which we build our future, the catalyst for change, and the bridge that connects our aspiration to reality. Education is not merely a privilege, it is a fundamental right that must be accessible to every child, regardless of the gender, background, or circumstance. As I stand here today, we celebrate not only the remarkable leadership of our newly elected president of NUS, but also the collective strength of our youth. Our election is a testament to the resilience and determination of young women across Sierra Leone who are breaking barriers and shattering stereotypes. She embodies the spirit of hope and possibility, inspiring countless others to dream big and strive for greatness. To our President of NUS, you carry the hopes and dreams of your peers. Your leadership will pave the way for inclusive dialogue, advocates for students' rights, and engage in initiatives that uplift every voice within our school community. We trust that you will champion the cause of education for all and ensuring that every student has the opportunity to thrive and contribute to our nation's progress. As we move forward, let us unite in our commitment to fostering an environment where education is prioritized and where every young person feels empowered to take action, and where we work together to build a brighter future for Sierra Leone. In conclusion, I would like to express my gratitude to Her Excellency, the First Lady of the Republic of Sierra Leone, President of all African First Ladies, Vice Chancellor, and all dignitaries present today for your unwavering support of our youth and education. Together, let us continue to champion the cause of education and empower the next generation of leaders. On that note, I want to express my congratulations to our newly elected female president, first female president, and may your journey be filled with inspiration, collaboration, and success. I wish you well in all of your endeavors. May God bless us all, and may God bless Sierra Leone.
Thank you very much, Mr. Bono. I did say, if you need budget advice, but the advice went beyond budgetary notes. So, usually, in this digital age, leadership is not just about who speaks the loudest. It's about who adapts the fastest and who dares to think ahead. Our next speaker embodies all of that. Let me invite my, don't see her as a tall person, she's tall. My baby sister, Dr. Sylvia Olaika Blyden. All of those who care in student unionism. See as she walks here, she's telling you to be happy. Really a student fighter. Dr. Blyden.
Thank you so much, Madam Chairperson. Your Excellency, the First Lady of the Republic of Sierra Leone, Dr. Fatima Madabio, and President of the First Ladies of Africa, Madam Minister, Madam Principal and Deputy Vice Chancellor of IPAM, the Honorable ACC Commissioner, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, all protocols observed. I have a confession to make. I was only told to make a speech 3 minutes ago. So I'm going to have to speak from the heart, and I hope you will accept it. 30 years ago, I went up to my mom at home, and I said to her that the boys on campus say they want to make me the president of our college students' union. And at that time, as you might all know, no woman in the history of Sierra Leone had been elected to lead the student union government. My father had campaigned to be the Frabe College Student Union president, and he lost by 3 votes. My great-great-grandfather, the famous blind man, had contested to be the president of Liberia, and he also lost by a very slim margin, which led him to run away from Liberia, come to Sierra Leone and produce the blindness of Sierra Leone. So my mom put me down and she said to me, Olaika, I'm not going to want to make you disappoint. Because you come out from family. Say you come out from family. Then he don't campaign, and popular way election can defeat them. He says, so what you want to do first, no woman will ever do it. He says, so the chances for me to win, very slim. He says, so she was just trying to let me, because she didn't expect that I would win, but she was trying to let me down slowly, that I might lose. So I said, Mom, I said, you forgot your own arm of the family, which is the brat arm. My grandfather, who is your father, has never lost an election. So I am going to win these elections. Went into these elections against 4 male candidates. 4. And all of them were popular. But then I had a strategy, I called it the Margaret Thatcher strategy. And I'm going to talk a little bit about that one, Madam Chairperson of the family. Now you doing my So I had this Margaret Thatcher strategy. And by the time it was 2 weeks to to elections, 2 of the men dropped out. And one of them was Mr. Munu from Sanda in Bombali district. He said he's only dropping out because he knows I'm going to win these elections. And he will not want to go to Bombali and they tell him, you made Uma beat you by the elections. By the day before the elections, it was just 2 candidates. Myself and Mother Martin Salia, the late medical doctor who died from Ebola. He was supported by the MPRC government. He was backed by the MPRC government. I was backed by my market strategy. And on the morning of the elections, at 6 o'clock in the morning, his campaign team come to my residence, knock on the door and say, we want to negotiate. Mother doesn't want to contest anymore. I said, why? He has made up his mind he doesn't want to contest. I said, no, he contest. So we went to the elections, and there were 2 boxes, one for Mother, one for myself. And when the commissioner was to conduct the elections, he stood up and he said, he doesn't want to contest anymore, he's withdrawing his candidacy. I then said to the commissioner, please change the Mother box to government box. So who wants Sylvia Blyden would vote for Sylvia Blyden, and who doesn't want Sylvia Blyden would vote in that other box. And ladies and gentlemen, 30 years ago, I got 90% of the votes. I ensured I was elected, I ensured I campaigned, and I ensured I proved that a woman can be elected. It made news, it was on the BBC, it was on all the front pages of all the newspapers, but that was the start. What follows is what I want to advise you today. They are going to face tremendous challenge from the men. They are going to try to impeach you. They are going to say, and I make not for women power, try to power conscious. They are going to say that they expected you to behave like a lady when they made you president. Do not behave like a lady. And that's why I'm here in my jeans. Because as from today, you are no longer a lady, you are now a leader. And a leader of human beings who are both men and women. So do not allow anyone to tell you, I am sorry, I'm going to disagree with my darling big sister there, sister of my lovable brother, late thousand, but I'm going to disagree with her. You cannot be soft as a leader. You cannot be soft as a leader. You will fail. You have to be firm, you have to be, at times you have to be aggressive. And you cannot be a lady if you want to lead. You have to be a leader. There's a difference between a leader and a lady. The men have come together and they have voted for you, not as their girlfriend, not as their wife, but as somebody they want to lead them. As from today, you are a leader. You are no longer a lady. You lead the NUS. And congratulations, my sister.
That was powerful. Thank you. We told her to speak in 3 minutes. What if we had given her 2 days to prepare remarks? But thank you so much that we have individuals that can just be on the hot mic at any minute and speak from their heart. And I think the advice that has been given is solid. Steel magnolia. Beautiful flower. Steel. Steel as in S. The steel, right? The magnet, right? So he's solid as a steel. I did say finally, but now this is really finally. Under those statements. The anti-corruption. Commissioner, when he smiles, he's usually usually has this prefix. That means he's a no-nonsense person. But don't worry, students. He's not here to check your exams. He's just here to share some wisdom with us. Mr. Commissioner.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Madam Chairman. My dear sister, the First Lady of the Republic of Sierra Leone, Madam President of NUS, distinguished ladies and gentlemen in various capacities on the high table, particularly my dear sister, Madam Sylvia Olaika Blyden, distinguished ladies and gentlemen who are here today to witness this occasion, and most importantly, students from the various constituent universities who are here to witness this occasion where we install the first female president of the National Union of Sierra Leone. I am very delighted to be here today because I was myself very involved in student union activities in my days in college. I recall we were the one who made Feka, who is now the first lady president. And after him, we made Ezekiel Duramani Lako president. But then, when Ezekiel Duramani Lako wanted to leave, he wanted to hand over power to somebody who did not have it. And then we went to Makeni. In the hall in Makeni, it was I and my friend who is now the Minister of Information, Chernoba, who were the snipers to make sure that the meeting does not go on in Makeni. And we were so tiny, so thin. We went to Makeni, and then they said, opening prayers, and we started objecting to the opening prayers. We objected to the opening prayers from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. By the time the opening prayers were finally said, we agreed that we should come to Freetown to conduct the election. And in that election, we installed Umar Napoleon Kuruma, who is now the Secretary General of the SLPP, as President of the National Union of Sierra Leone Students. I was then the Chief Justice of NUS. So it tells you, this is really a remarkable event for me today. But what this story tells you is that it was an all-male affair. It was women sitting down and deciding, women who were doing the politics. We have ladies, we have very strong ladies with us. But it was really the men who were running things. And that had been the case until I recall it was Umar Napoleon Goma took oath in my hands as Chief Justice at that time. After we now came and conducted the election at SNBC in Freetown. Politics starts here. All these names I have called are people you know. And myself standing here, of course, you already know. So it is an amazing thing that students continue this very beautiful tradition to elect their leaders as a training ground for national politics. And therefore, when you all occupy these positions now, in various capacities, it is for you to understand that it is not a small thing. It's the beginning of your journey. And that journey should be done for the welfare of your colleagues and students. But as we now have this August occasion where a female is now to lead this institution for the very first time, I think we should give that very, very big round. I am very happy that in my lifetime this has happened. That is why today, before I came here, and that is why I was apologizing to my sister, the First Lady. Some people want to steal everything at Freetown City Council. So do you know what they did? Freetown City Council have an account and the name is Freetown City Council. They simply created another account called Freetown City Council Football Club. So when they give them a check for Freetown City Council, they just add football club at the end. And then they take it to the bank and withdraw all the money and share it among themselves. That is how they share 4 billion euros among themselves. And it is those people I was dealing with this morning, that is why I have made my sister. I apologize. But I am glad that I finally made it to be here for us to install my dear sister. I've had meeting with her. I've shared my own experience with her when we are close. And we all, I'm sure everybody here is encouraging her to be a great example. This is a time for women to occupy high leadership positions and run our country. And I'm very grateful that we are doing this. So, Madam Chairman, thank you for this opportunity to speak here, and I wish you well, Madam President. Thank you very much.
Thank you. See, I told you he wasn't here to check your exams results. He came here to inspire us with wisdom. Interesting how corruption occurs in a country like this. Look at that glaring example. Freetown City Council, which is a standalone account. And then you also have football club, Freetown City Council football club. So it reminds me of a new executive who entered into a new institution. Of course, the civil servants were there. You know, usually when you're approving a document or a requisition, you put approved. So this man, maybe I can speak for you. This contractor don't come. He say approved. If you don't put in your own money, where it will be to the boss. You don't approve the contract. But the contract take about 2 months. The money no come. So like the civil servants already inside the system, then go back to the boss, they say, all right, this money, we don't approve this thing, look at this money, where this money we don't give. Oh, we don't give this money, then I don't come back into you, we own share. I think we don't make mistake for approval. And I'm the other civil servant tell the boss, they say, no, it's your weekend. He said weekend another. Remember we said approved it, space in the front. So they write not approved. So the next day, 90 man comes and say, this money don't hit the account. Well, when I don't say no, not approved, I'm going to go back and say not approved. So inside the not the NOT, they put E after the NOT. Say note. So now that they do so. Now that they do city council so. So, with that said, what's a celebration here without entertainment? The future needs creative voices. And on that note, let's welcome the energetic Aaron Musa to come here and join us with a performance. Aaron Musa, are you around? Thank you. You need a mic? Yes. Okay. You standing there or here? I can walk out too. Because I'm close my eyes.
Okay, it is a pleasure for me to perform here because I went to Bo-Puchan to perform this song for the First Lady, but it did not happen. But here today, I'm so happy being here. Alright, okay. Let's talk to Jay.
Let's hear from the thought-provoking, the God poetry. The God? The God? Yes.
That's like Spanish.
Poverty is a tea of victim. So when we listen, we learn a lesson that white power sees. I dedicate this poem to the First Lady of the Republic of Senegal. Please, ma'am, First Lady, I need your attention. There is a woman in the shores of Africa, one that will live to remember her glory and write a story of victory like a birthday in November. When the Bible says, he who finds a woman finds a good thing, man says no. Then she asks why. The man says, woman housewife. Then she asks why. Is house an half-life? Then there lies a king from Team Sobeni who says, behind every successful man, there must be a strong woman. And a good wife is one that can add to your life, not a knife that cuts your life. And granted her permission to learn and stand for the right of girls and women in Africa. And today in our midst, I call her the Mama Giant of Africa. The radiant of hope. I came in peace, and peace is symbolized on the surprise when her eyes was our baby pass. It's indeed an opportunity, time of pleasure, which I think all are prepared to be here, and a honor to be standing in front of great men and women today that are responsible for the better transformation of our country. And today, greatness showers and wallows the face of that woman. And the story of that woman is one that was envisaged from the perfect fountain that makes us sustain like a vintage wine. Fatima, the blessed and the most beloved daughter of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. This street called Connect, taking and refreshing like the fragrance of paradise. The land of diamond, the diamond that portrayed the beauty and worth of Africa. So today I say, she is the radiance of hope. Somewhere in Sierra Leone, there lies a woman like clay, strong like the rock solid hills, fertile like loamy soil, gallant like trees of the forest that produce the fruit of life. Oh dear Mama Jadi, thank you for giving birth to the champions of girls and women. Indeed, you have made a beautiful daughter out of an image and likeness, giving birth to the nature of hope, the destiny of light in the midst of darkness. I smile and laugh and take the mind to so we are the lives of people living like three wise men. In this gift called Connor, breathtaking and refreshing like the fragrance of paradise. The actress, whose literature dexterity has today structured her feature like God's scripture and died before rapture. The art of Sierra Leone revive. The people rejoice to grace the grace of the newborn baby. She was born on 27th November, a month to remember. The clean weight of hope. The woman who walked miles and miles to Nigeria in order to become a successful actress. And that's the woman of the woman. Trying to eradicate poverty. The girls of the woman. Trying to emancipate women and girls of my generation. And the girls of the woman. Trying to make a better Sierra Leone a better place for all. The actress, of whom that have structured our future today like God's scripture and died before rapture. For these qualities and meritocracy, she was beckoned to England and receiving the honor of the Catholic Award. As the best female president, as the best female first lady of Africa, and today in our midst, the giant of Africa. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the president of Ofla, the president of Ofla, as the president of all female presidents in Africa.
Jeliba family. You see where the Jeliba is there. Madam First Lady, I'm glad I put a smile on your face. That was incredible. And now that we are all energized, let's meet the new team that will lead NUS into the future. Let me take this opportunity to call on Madam Santa Wahaj Kangaroo. Mr. Sorry. The women. I thought the women are taking over this place. Forgive my mistake right there. Mr. Santa, what are you trying to not because in that time boy I will call you Madam.
Thank you. I think the first I made the cheerleader to make me the first male female. High Excellency, the First Lady of the Republic of Sierra Leone, distinguished members of the high table, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, fellow students, and all those who have gathered here this morning. How are you doing? Good. I try to just do something different. I want to be the first speaker that says, or actually, good morning, or how are you doing? But it's one thing that us, the men, we can't pride ourselves with again. I mean, if we want to go back to claim that we are the first, it has to go way back in generation. So as women, I think that's something you can be proud of, to pride yourself, to be the first in something. I also hope to see more women coming up to take the chance to be first in doing what they need to do in inspiring and changing our nation. Madam First Lady, congratulations on your appointment. And I was looking for a chance, an opportunity to actually see this to you. I want to take your mind back way last year when you were pushing forward for the child marriage bill, the past. I saw a TikTok video of you and a few other women. You were celebrating, I think, after the bill was passed. And then you were dancing to the song, finally, the bill don't pass, something like that. I wanted to comment, but it wouldn't have meant much. But then, when I saw that video, I didn't see a leader. I didn't see more of a political figure. What I saw there in that video was a mother. That's what was. And that's something that's stayed with me throughout my tenure at IPA. I mean, having Fiona as for those of us that do not know, she was my vice president. Not only today, she is my boss. But she made a lot of changes. She pushed for so many things to be done at IPA. I mean, we have our very first female Minister of Education, first female Minister of Justice. It's a lot of female that came into my government because she initiated that. And being the president of NUS, I know she will do more and more. It's high time us as men start changing the narrative that says behind any successful man, there is a woman. It's time now we start saying beside any successful man, there is a woman. That's what we start doing. So then my work here is simple, but I'm honored to present the new executive NUS team that will lead and steer up this our union for all students in a year to come. I want to start from the bottom to the top. And why I see this list, I just found out that there are 11 women in this list. I think that's something we should be proud of. I start from the bottom, but before I start, I would like to call Madam Silva Blyden to help distribute At 26, we have the Auditor General, Abdullahi Conte. Director of Project and Partnership, Abraham Soko Kamara. The Chief Executive Officer, Jusu Asagai Gambia. Migai Kuruma, Director of Planning and Development Programs. I'd like to call my sister, the very first female president at IBAM, someone who has been very, very nice and inspirational to me as a younger brother. It makes it much more honor and pleasure to call her Her Excellency, Madam Salima Tujakite, Director of Postgraduate and Professional Affairs. Amadou Issa Sila, Director of Diplomatic Operations. Thank you very much, Madam Stephen Leggett. Thank you so much. I'd like to call on our DBC to help distribute the next set of stash. Josephine Y. Soy, Director of Labor and Industrial Relations. Jibrila Usman Kanu, Director of Education. Ali Mansuri, Director of Evaluation and Monitoring. Mohammed Dakiai, Director of Technology and Innovation. Thank you very much, ma'am. I'd like to call on Mr. Onana to distribute the next set of such. Mugiatu Ba, Chairwoman for Sia Monica Kamara, Director of Gender and Social Affairs. Augusta Rosalind Josiah, Director of Affairs. Ignora Williams, Director of Tourism and Cultural Affairs. Alhaji Jibrila Kamara, Director of Energy and Green Innovation. Outside Fasi Samora, Director of Transport. Thank you very much, Mr. I'd like to call on the Commissioner of the ACC to distribute the next set of such. Adama Dabo Rui, Director of Health and Wellness. John Fire Kamara, Public Relations Officer. Jerry Nassar, Director of Agriculture and Food Security. Mary Hira Sandy, Director of Sport. Thank you very much, Mr. Commissioner. For the final set, with your permission, ma'am, I'd like to do the honors of distributing the final set. Our First Lady. Yes, ma'am. And for that, I've saved someone special. Thank you, Laika. Because her name starts with Fatima by Dulcie Natu Kyle, Chief Justice. Zainab Safar, Secretary General. Amadou Wui, Presidential Advisor and Ambassador. Mohammed alias Koroma, Vice President National. So we are now at the #1 spot. The grand moment. Ladies and gentlemen, with the permission of Our Excellency, the First Lady, can we please rise as I present the first female music president, the political pillar, my former Vice President,
Mr. President, can I go now?
Yes, thank you very much. So sorry. We can sit. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Access done. Fiona, congratulations and congratulations to the entire NUS team. I wish you all the best. Of course, IPAB, we are open to have you anytime, every day, as long as it matters. Sorry. Sorry. Calling on Madam Margaret Kuma. Development. So sorry. So sorry. Thank you.
And there you have it. Let's put our hands together for the new executive. It's quite in the launch. But of course dominated there by a woman. These are the leaders of the future. They're stepping forward. They have stepped forward. Today, they will take their oath. Let's remember that this is more than just a tradition. The oath taking is more than just a tradition. It's the activation of a new leadership era. So for now, I would like to call on the current, the newly elected Chief Justice, Madame Dorothy Kylie, to step forward and administer the oath of office. I think first, we start by administering the oath to Madam President, Her Excellency.
apologize, it's not you. Don't come forward. I have been told that Madam Fatima Sherry, the president of the Kenema Student Union, will administer the oath of office. Thank you. You will administer the oath of office, right? Thank you.
Your Excellency, the First Lady of the Republic of Sierra Leone, distinguished guests, my colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, I trust you are all doing fine. It is a great pleasure to stand before you on this important occasion as we witness the tradition of leadership within the National Union of Sierra Leone. Students, leadership is a call to service, responsibility, and dedication. And today marks the beginning of a new chapter. Therefore, I hereby call the newly elected president to come forward to take the oath of office. Madam Fiona Udaima, you have been duly elected as the president of the National Union of Sierra Leone Students. As you assume this noble responsibility, do you solemnly swear to uphold the Constitution of NUS and serve with integrity, dedication, and fairness?
I do.
Please raise your right hand and place your left hand on. Repeat after me. I, Fiona Gaima,
I, Fiona Gaima,
do solemnly swear that I will faithfully execute the office of the President of the National Union of Sierra Leone Students,
that I will faithfully execute the work of the National Union of Sierra Leone Students,
and will, best of my ability, uphold, protect, and defend,
with the best of my ability, to uphold and defend
the Constitution and values of this Union.
the Constitution and value of this Union.
I pledge to serve with integrity, dedication, and fairness,
I pledge to serve with integrity, dedication, and fairness,
ensuring that the voices of the students across Sierra Leone are heard,
ensure that the voices of all Sierra Leone students are heard,
respected, and represented. I vow to promote academic excellence,
I vow to promote academic excellence,
student welfare and national development,
student welfare and national development,
working tirelessly for the empowerment and advancement of my fellow students.
working tirelessly for the advancement and progress of the Sierra Leone students.
I will discharge my duties without fear or favor,
I will discharge my duties without fear or favor,
bias or prejudice,
and
will uphold the principles of democracy, accountability, and serve to humanity.
I will uphold the principle of accountability and democracy in promoting the affairs of the students of Sierra Leone.
So help me God.
So help me God.
I now officially declare Fiona Gaima as the President of the National Union of At this moment, I would like to invite Her Excellency, the First Lady of the Republic of Sierra Leone, to kindly proceed with the official handing over of the staff.
Thank you. History has been made. History has been made. Fiona Gaima, the first female NUS president, is officially in office. Breaking barriers is just not a goal. It's a reality. And the future is undeniably women. Look at them standing there. And men behind them or next to them.